weep, grana weep, nilly bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to be checking a look at version 2. That's it, version 2 of the X-Transbots Locke. Now I reviewed this dude when he first came out, and this is my first version of it here. And it was the only time I've ever failed on a review, because his leg broke off. We also had challenges with these two. The whole thing is rattly and falls apart. So today we're going to be checking a look at version 2. Thank you to the team at TFS Express. If you have, like me, bought yours from TFS Express, what you need to do is go over to the website, find Locke on Omega Locke this time, because all their pre-orders are on TFS and their orders are on Omega Locke. Go to Omega Locke, find Locke, and then just drop down and say you want version 2 because you already have version 1, and then it will come up as free, and then all you need to do is pay for postage and packaging. But you do need to include your fully paid balance code from the original sale, and then, like me, you'll get one in the post. So what we're going to do for the first time ever as well on this channel is we're also going to do an unboxing, because I do believe that that is the fairest way to look at this, to show you guys how he looks straight out of the box. No nothing. You can see he's still all taped up from TFS Express, so you can see every step that I'm taking here, all sealed up. We'll open this bad boy, then we'll check a look, which probably means he's going to start in robot mode, which is not how I start most of my reviews. So yeah, this will be a funny one. This will be quite interesting. Fingers crossed this is going to restore my faith in XTB, because before this debacle they were one of my favourite third-party companies. Okay, so let's just move the boys out of the way. I'll keep everything over to this side to make sure I don't get any confusion. So let's open this box up here. Bit of music there for you. Okay, so there we go. So we have the box inside. Let's get the box here. Alright, so the box comes, as always, wrapped in its like plastic casing. So we get one layer of plastic sheeting, and then we'll probably get another layer. No, just the one layer. Okay, so just the one layer. The box itself is the same as it was with the other one. Doesn't say version 2 on it, which I think is a bit of a miss from XTB. I think it would have been good to say V2 on the front, so that people know when they purchase this off the bat that they are getting the version 2 instead of the version 1. So we get X-Transbots at the top. We get awesome artwork. X-Transbots always killing it with their artwork. And we get the 86 Locke here. On the side we get some lovely shiny writing. There are still many causes worth sacrificing for. So much history yet to be made. Lovely. I don't believe Cop or Locke ever said that, but nice. Well done. So then, really nice there. And then this logo here. Same kind of waffle here at the back. Awesome artwork here at the back, where we can see all of the figures that are coming very soon or have already come out. Lovely tech spec, and then also absolutely fantastic, we also get a bio, which Hasbro are now bringing back bios as well. Well done, well done. At the bottom we get Deathsaurus, little product running, and don't eat your children because they have small parts. Okay, so now we're going to open this bad boy up, and the first thing we do is just slice open that, and then we can just get my hand in here. Oh, she's tight. Alright, then we can bring it out there, put the box to one side for now, and we get the instructions and the card that I believe are going to be very similar to the last one that we got. The instructions that we got last time were absolutely terrible for this figure. So hopefully these are a little bit better this time. We need to check out these little dudes as well, because these little dudes were also appalling last time with missing paint and chipped paint and all kinds of things. Yeah, the destructions here look pretty similar to the last one. So I brought out the original Locke's destructions and the new. So first of all, there's a size difference. So there is a bigger one, so that's good. When we open it up, this one kind of shows you what's in it, but then also moves on to the guns. First of all, this dude, same picture on the inside, but then moves on to Locke himself. And if we look at the transformation here, so let's lift up, sort this crap out the back, and then do this. And then if we move on to Locke himself here, so it is in a very different order, this one. Let's check a look here. Yeah, and we can see that they have made some alterations here to the actual transformation itself, or certainly the destructions that we see from the inside. This one looks a little bit more detailed as I go through. Checking a look at this one. Yeah, this looks like it's got some more detailing in it. It is thicker. This one is 22 pages long, and this one is only 14 pages. So they've added in, which is quite impressive, you know, a good amount of pages here to support with the transformation, which this figure definitely needed. So that's pretty good to start with. The back of it seems to be identical to the previous one that they did, showing where the guns go and how the guns are placed. Yeah, so interesting. So more information in the destructions from this very light version of the destructions that they did before that was practically useless. As we know, the X-Transbots are bringing out loads of stuff at the moment, and they're working on loads of stuff, and they sent us like this little catalogue type thing. So we have a little look at a couple of bots, including Perceptor. All these, there's so many different versions of this dude coming, some really nice looking ones as well. Also Quintessons, Autobot X, nice, showing some stuff on the sands, Runabout, Runamuck, Deathsaurus. This one looks really cool, really like the way that one looks as well. So yeah, very interesting. Nothing in here that I didn't know about, I don't think. Runabout, Runamuck, a few more pictures. Albadon, obviously their take on Galvatron. So yeah, nothing new, but okay, cool. A catalogue, nice. In the top of the box, just taped down, we get a couple of accessories here. So we get this, which is really cool. I do love this tail with its articulation and its ball joint. I think, and I am right, yep, so they have changed the colour of this one. So we can see this is the old one, this is the new one. The new one matches more to Cup himself, being more of a blue. Nice to have this. I think my Cup, I do believe, is going to rock 2 of these. I think that's how I'm going to display him. I think this is the one that I always display because he can't transform, so you might as well just display. And then also we get this accessory, which is the gun. And again, I do believe that there's a change here. So the change is, this is definitely a deeper silver on this one. This is a bit washed out. And all in all, this is a lot darker. So if you are picking up this figure, if you get a lighter one, you've got version 1 and you need to send that shit back. If you get a darker one, same with the Sharkdicon tail, that's a good way to tell if you've got the wrong bot. Nice. Right, at least they've made some changes there. Okay, so it's time to bring this dude out of hypersleep now, I guess, then, and take him out. We'll come to you in a second. Inside, we get some different hands, some different faces, some different stuff, basically. And again, I think they've made a little couple of differences here. So this is the face that I love. This is the face that I have. And this one, actually, they've gone... You can see this one has a darker metal cigar on the original. This one has a lighter cigar. I actually preferred the cigar on the original one. So glad I have both, because this one has a lighter grey on it. This gunmetal grey, this darker grey, definitely looks a lot better than this one. So okay, the first thing that's a bit of a downer for me. You also get inside, you get another little face. This is a happier face with some light blue eyes. I haven't got my other faces with me at the moment to compare. You do get... Oh, you only get two faces. You get the face that he comes with as well. And then he also has this one where he's more of a concerned, shouty face, shall we say. And then also we get the hands with some articulated fingers. I think we got those in the original one as well. And then we also get the hand. And we get an extra top of the head. So this one is about the same shade as we got on the other one. Okay, so now comparing the little companions that he comes with. So the first one, this is the old one that he came with, and we can see that here we had some real paint issues on these dudes. Where's the gone? Where the paint issues were? Oh, what's that? The other guy. Here, so we can see there was paint issues on it. This dude is shiny. He's loose as anything. There was no destructions with it. It didn't really work too well. This one is more of a duller plastic. I don't think they've used paint on the newer ones. You can see this dude is shiny. This one is duller. The head is a lot stiffer, so it's not as loose as the other one. When we look at the two eyes, there is some slight coloration differences between the two heats. But overall, yeah, I mean, the gun modes for both of these are pretty crap, if I'm honest. But overall, looking at it straight out the box, there's no paint issues. It seems to be more molded plastic. They've got rid of the silver screw in the ass, and then this one just has a black screw in the ass. So yeah, this is a better job on this dude. Looking at the other one as well, this one had larger issues going on with him as well. But yeah, this one's got shiny on the face. This one doesn't have shiny on the face. And again, you can see that it's a duller plastic. The original one, shiny. This one is duller, so there's no paint and stuff like that. Don't know what the transformation's like. We'll have a look at that later on. But overall, yeah, this feels better. This is still a bit... Oh, this is quite stiff. Needs to go down there. And this one does need to go down there just to have it in robot mode correctly. And... Oh, that's very stiff. The joints do move, but they're very stiff for the first time out the box. This dude was not as stiff. I think actually, is there a shade change? No, the shade there is the same. This one does feel a lot better than this one, but we'll see more about it as we go through. Okay, so he comes in this plastic wrapper, so let's get this plastic wrapping off him that's protected him so far. And let's see how he feels out of the box. And yeah, he doesn't feel like he wants to fall to pieces straight out the box. So that's a good start. Well done, Locke. Yeah, he feels a lot more solid. If I show you this one, you can really see and feel that yeah, you know, rattle. No rattle. So that's quite good. That's a good start. So straight out the box, this dude is already feeling a lot more solid. So give him a quick shake test and we can see rattle, 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 and we can see very, very, very solid. Something else as we look to the side is, if I lift this little army up here, we can see this tab here. Now this tab has never connected on my Locke that I had before, and I can show you on the previous version. Oop, come on, dude. Stand still, thank you. So we can see on the previous version how bad that tab was there, and I always, you can see where it should have gone, but it never went in. So that is a initial fix that you can see straight off the bat that they've made there. Mine has just completely lost this section here. I don't even think I know where those are at this point. So great, we'll see if those actually do stay on. With regards to everything else, they have made a color change here. It's not fully visible in this light, and I apologize for that, but the original Locke was a lot lighter in the chest area. This one is a lot darker here. I don't think they've also made the abs two-tone now, which I think you can just about make out there. There wasn't two-tone abs on this dude. As we go down the bottom, they give him some white knees here. White knees. So they didn't have white knees, but he now has white knees, which is super cool. The plastic change here as well. You can see this is a darker plastic on the bottom there. Here is a lighter plastic. On the top, we have nothing much to talk about there, or on the arms themselves. As we come around the back, he now has a green section here, whereas before it was light blue. Not sure how I feel about that. We'll have to see what the alt mode looks like there. Also the plastic here, that's like a turquoise. This one now matches the blue a little bit better there. On the back, the original had a lighter blue section here, and this one just has kind of the same tone across it. So I think that might be a little bit of a miss, really, because it, different colours within the figure, who knows. There is a slight tonal difference, if I'm honest, as well. Here, I can now see it. I don't know how well you can see it in this light. I do apologise, but this is a slightly darker green. This is more of a lighter blue. This feels like more of a darker green on this one now. So overall, yeah, there are some tonal differences. So if you are thinking about buying this figure, there are some key points, obviously, to look out for to make sure that you've got version 1 versus version 2. Number 1 being, it will feel solid when it comes out, but very simple things to look for. Tonal differences here, two-tone on the abs, and the white knee pads will give it away initially. So, yeah, overall, already looking like a better figure, and definitely holding together a lot better than this dude. So let's do something that's kind of a little bit more normal for a review, I guess. Let's just check a look at this dude's articulation. His head will go full 360, his head will go up, his head will go down, but he will want to bring this tab with it, so make sure that tab stays down. But he will go up and he will go down, which is fantastic. The arms do a full 360 and go all the way out as well, but you can start to see some of the challenges within there. Then the arm will fully rotate all the way around, and the hand will want to come out a little bit. They have made that a little bit stiffer, I have to say, but obviously it's still not ideal. It still a little pops out a little bit, but certainly versus the other one, if I bring this dude out, you'll see this was just really floppy and didn't peg in at all. This one does feel a lot more, and this one was just atrocious. So that's a bonus for this one. The hands do pop out a little bit, but they do feel a little bit more secure. The hands do articulate as well, as we've already said, and you can get a full 360 here on those hands as well. We'll get a full 360 swivel around on the hips, and we'll also get a very, very, very generous ab crunch here as well, which is definitely needed for the transformation. Certainly was in the original one as far as I got with the transformation. For the legs, we'll get some articulation here on the hip skirts and on the front hip skirts as well, so that we can really get those legs all the way out and really get those legs all the way out. That feels like a very strong ratchet there as well, which is great. You'll get a nice knee bend, and also then you'll go all the way down, and then we'll look to the feet as well. The feet have some articulation on the toes. Articulates up, articulates down, and then you'll also get some here at the back as well. Now, something I'm going to try straight away off the bat, because this is what broke on mine originally. So before I even attempt to do a transformation on this dude, I want to make sure that this works. And for me, what didn't work on this leg, and you can see I have cemented my glute mine together, was this. You see that transformation piece there? This was stuck on this one, so when I push this out, this leg just broke off completely. So I want to make sure before I start any transformation that this dude can do what he's supposed to. And woohoo! Look at that. Yes. Very cool. But that one always worked. Now let's try this one. This is the moment of truth, people. Are we ready? Oh! And he still has a leg. Look at that. Look at that. Fan-dabby dozy. So far, so good. All right, X-Transbots. Nice. So accessories, let's have him holding his accessories. So first of all, we'll bring out this gun. Remember this gun? This gun is now a different color, slightly. So we will bring this one in. It's got that little tab there. Tab goes in nice and easy for this one. They're not always as easy to go in, if I'm honest, on X-Transbots. Maybe this one's gone in a little too easy. And it might actually be a little loose. Is that in the right tab? Let me just check. So, yeah, okay. So, let's try it in his other hand. So, this tab's in, but in unlike X-Transbots fashion, if I'm honest, it's a little loose when it goes in, which is not something I've ever had a problem with X-Transbots before. Usually they're way too tight on these tabs in the hands. I think maybe they've gone a little bit too... No, so yeah, both hands here. It goes in. It goes in better in this one than this one. It does feel a little loose. Let's try the tail in this hand. The tail. So the tail fits better. Yeah, so the tail fits better in this one, for however you want it. However you want to have that tail. So yeah, the tail fits better in this hand than the other one, but even then it is a little bit loose on this one. So yeah, he can hold everything. He does look good holding everything. The pegs are just a little loose. Okay, so now we come to the all-important transformation. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and follow the destructions, and we shall see how we get on with the destructions as we go through, and see if the destructions here have improved any and can help me at all, and see if they've improved on anything. So first thing we do according to the destructions is turn him to the side and open up the heat. So this heat tab here, we just move it on up, and then this section here should untap, which it does, and fold down. Okay, so far so good. Nothing broke. Well done. Then according to the destructions, we're going to lift this little arm up here, and this section here should open. All right. So, yep, that has opened. And now come around the other side and open up this section again. Okay, and we can see that those tabs there were holding all of that together. So we've done that. We've done it. Okay, so we're now going to open up this back area here. Now in the destructions here, it tells you to go from here to here. Okay, so move it up. This is not possible, okay? And I'll show you why. So when I lift this up, if I was to do that, there is friction here straight away. Now, it feels like something is gonna break if I try to move it in the direction that it wants to go. However, if I undo this tab, there's a tab under here, this will then move. So even though the destruction shows straight away that you go like that, actually you need to untab this to get it to this area. So bit of a helpful hint. And then also when you're transforming it back, you'll probably need to undo this, take this down, and then clip this in underneath. So bit of a helpful tip there for when you're transforming it back from the car mode into robot mode as well. So far so good, nothing broke off. However, we are now moving into the section where things started falling off my original one. So this section here and this section here on mine are glued. They are glued in place because they sheared off. So let's see if these ones shear off as well, because the next thing I have to do according to the thing. So I'm going to move the arms. I'm going to rotate them out the way here just so I can get to this section. The next thing I need to do is just move this down. Please don't shear off. Please don't shear off. Okay. You see that bit there? That looks a lot better than on the other one. This was really sunk in on the last version. And the screw, see if I can pick it up on the camera. That screw that was in there, when you twisted this on mine, just sheared off this. But I must say, this joint here that sheared off feels a lot better on this version. And then this section here, you're just gonna, oh yeah, that feels a lot better, a lot crisper, a lot smoother. Well done, XTB. So far so good. So now, according to the instructions, we are going to flip up this section here. So we just flip this up, you'll hear it untab. That sounded like a good untabbing. And then bring everything kind of over this section, and then you'll have everything floating in space there. That's good. Nothing's broken. I'm very excited. Spinning it around, we're now going to start to work on his backpack. So just flip up this section here, and then there's a little tab here, dink, and a little tab here, dink. Open up those two little bits. Next thing we're going to do is flip up this section and flip up this section. Flipping those two up at 180 degrees as per the instructions. Next up, just if you untab, it doesn't say this in the instructions, but you'll find it easier if you just untab those two sections, then you can flip this out. Otherwise it's really tight and I think you're going to scuff it. And then bring this down again. There's not much clearance here, so you kind of have to fold it out so that it will go back in on itself, just because there's not much clearance, like that. And then we can bring this section up, and then the same with this section here, bring it up, and then bring this section, so you've got this kind of thin area. Instructions on this piece, not the best. They don't tell you to loosen these two joints, and there is real close clearance here, so just be very careful when you're doing that. Staying with this back section here, we're going to rotate, flip out this section, and flip out this section. So you're starting to form kind of the back section here rather nicely. So next up, we're going to try and get these wheels out. Now, there is some positioning you have to do here, so make sure that this element here is behind this area here and not kind of in the way here. Push it all the way to here, as out of the way as possible, because you're going to need all of this space that I've just created by moving the arm up as well. You may want to kind of put this into the body a little bit here. I've created all this space for the wheel to then flip out, and there. Quite nice and clean. But what it doesn't tell you in the instructions again is make sure that this is placed still behind here. So if I look at it from this angle, now you can see this is a little bit of a mess around here. So I want to position this here again, position this a little bit and almost do like a switcheroony. Yeah, and there we go. Wheels out, nothing broken. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's going all right, but we still haven't moved this heat. Now this was a bugger. I did this without needing to remove the head, but I know a lot of people had to move the heat. Not looking forward. It's coming. It's coming, people. It's coming. Okay, so now we're going to try and get this heat through this little gap. All right, so first thing you need to do is, number one, fold down this section here. That's the first thing that I've done. And then kind of concertina it up a little bit. And I've put his head to the side because I think I remember this is how I got his head through last time. Make sure that everything is out of the way here, because there's going to be a lot of things that stretch, let's just say, when we do this. So we bring the head through, and you can actually see there's quite a bit of clearance until you just get to this section, and then you're going to rely on this hinge just here to just clear it through, and there we go. That's how you need to do it, people. I know you've probably seen a lot of people kind of messing around with it, but put the arms this way. Open up this section, and then you can bring that head through, and there's less clearance. You've got it through. You saw how easy that was. Not scratched up too much. There's a lot of prep, basically, you need to do here before you put it through. Coming back around the back, what you want to do is you want to position the arms like this. So you need to have one arm like this, one arm like this, with the screws kind of facing the rest of the body. So if I show you here, the screws facing that way, and the palms facing up, because what we're going to do is put it in and then fold it in just like so, and the hands just kind of go like that. Nice. All right, so that's all cushy sorted out. So you should have the two screws facing you. Should look a little bit like that. Looking at the instructions, you can see that that's exactly how it should be. Then we go from this to X-Transbots just hitting you with a hell of a lot of arrows. Here, make it work, make it work. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so first things first, I think we need to make sure that this piece connects in here. There's no real tabs to speak of here. It just kind of connects up. These two tabs are for the robot mode, so it just kind of connects up. So positioning things on the inside, this head is a little bit of a nightmare, if I can be honest. I'm not sure where the head's going to end up when we finish the article, but just kind of try and position this as close to everything as possible. The arms may in fact get in the way as well, so just make sure that there's enough clearance from the arms, and then just see if we can manipulate everything. Might need to pull this bit out as well. Just, is it the head that's stopping it? Yeah, it's not. It's not. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've got it in. So a little bit of force that I probably didn't really want to apply there, but it has gone in. Then you've got a tab here at the front, and you've got a tab here at the back, and then that'll just sit in there nicely. Swing it around the other side. It's already kindly tabbed itself in for me as I brought the thing forward. Very cool. Then we can bring these side sections round here, round to the front. Then you've got a little tab here. Just tabs in. And then same with this section here on the side. So you've got all those tabs tabbed in nicely. It's a little gappy. I can't make myself happy with this section. I'm hoping that the head is going to sort itself out when we do everything else. But right now, I really don't like the way that sits. I've read ahead on the instructions a little bit, but I can't seem to get. It says it's supposed to be like that, but if that's what the finished article looks like at the front, then that's not a good look, is it? And when I look at the instructions here on the underneath, that's kind of like how it should look, but there's no way to bring these round. Or do I need to send them round to the other way? No, they'll end up in the same place. See, these, I don't see how these can go the way that they want to go. I really don't see how this ends up being more like this at the front. I don't see it. So moving on now, we need to make sure again that these sections here are out and out, as it tells me to have within the destructions. And then this bit here, this is going to come down. So that's now down, kind of the way that it needs to be. These sections here are going to just come out here and out here, and we'll flip these out just for good measure as well. When we bring this down, we'll see these actually go up and they sit on top of these sections here. They kind of clip in to the sides here. You actually need these bits down, not that. So you can see that that's starting to form the flatbed. Okay, coming onto the backpack now, we flip these two sections out and then we flip the whole thing kind of in on itself like this. Not sure why we'd flip it out, just to flip it in, but now we've got something that looks a little bit like this. Then this section here flips down to form another piece of that lovely, lovely flatbed. We turn this section 360 and then it should just tab in like that. It's a little stiff, that tab needs a little stretch, which is again kind of a little bit unfortunate. Okay, so we're now going to work on this tab here, which is actually really quite a stiff tab. So just bring it out, open that tab, so you've got that open like so. And then what we're going to do is this piece here, we're just going to fold this out a little bit, and we can actually bring the foot out to rotate it round, okay, because what we don't want to do is catch anything on this. This is really solid now. If they've glued it on, it's glued together very well, but that will now open up very nicely. Let's just repeat the process on the other side now, so we'll keep everything together. So you want to flip this tab. Oh, it is tight as anything, this tab, by the way, and it's good that it's kind of like that, but yeah, it is a tight old tab. So there we go, we flipped the tab and we've opened up this. So just make sure that, because obviously if you look at this, that's there, you don't want this to get stuck, so make sure that you move this out of the way, because otherwise you're going to break something in here. So just make sure, because that sits very flushly there, so you must make sure you pull that out to release this tab here is very stiff. You'll find it quite difficult to get it to rotate, as I just have the first time. Rotates all right now, but yeah, you're probably the first time you're going to do it, you're going to spring the leg the same way I did, so just be very careful with the way that we're doing that. Now working on the inside, we pull the leg forward, which will bring this wheel up, and then down the bottom we have a little trapdoor that we can then bring inside. So you can see, like, if we look on the other side of the leg, you should have the mechanism looking like this. It's very greasy in there, which is good in one way, but I guess, you know, feels a little horrible. We're then told to flip the marked piece in the direction of the arrow. So that's this piece here. You can see it very small in there. So we flip the marked piece in the direction of the arrow. So that is now done. We're now going to bring the wheel through. So we have to position it, push it down so that the wheel pokes through, and then push this section in. This does not feel like it wants to go, if I'm honest. Okay, so I've actually ended up having to go back a couple of steps now, because clearly in here it tells us that this piece needs to face forward. That's wrong. That needs to be flat. Then once that is flat, everything will go in here a lot easier, as you'll see when I bring this down and round. And then also this spins. Okay, then we just lock we bring all of this section around here. We then bring the feet round swizzle them round, and then this section here is going to collapse in, and this section will collapse in once we've tabbed this in. So make sure that we can now tab this together, again making sure nothing is going across. This will all lock in very, very nicely, and then just tab in at the sides, and then I've begged it up. Hang on. We'll bring it in. Bring it. Nope. We can do it. Come on. Alright, so fold it in. Yeah. That has to go behind there. So fold this in. There we go. And then we tab in. There we go. And then these two sections then will tab in. So it's supposed to tab in here, just behind this section. So I think I need to undo this tab again. Undo this again. So just before you lock it down, close that, bring this up, then bring it down and lock it. Lock it down with this tab that's still stiff. Oh, all right, there we go. Woof! All right, we did it. We did it, team. Woof! That's one leg done. All right, so now let's try this again. See if we can get this any smoother on this one. So bring everything up. Bring this section forwards. Let's see if I can get this a little bit smoother this time around. And then. No, this time around he doesn't even want to elevate his leg. So, this one, this section up. There we go. Then bring this section up. So this section first, then this section. This section on the leg, just leave it down. Do not move it like it tells you to in the instructions. Then bring the whole mechanism down. And then once you place it down, there shouldn't be as big an extreme problem as I had on the other side. So, just a little bit of manoeuvring, but it's in. Both wheels are spinning. Like I say, that bit smoothed down, not up the way that they told me to do it before. Learn from my mistakes, people. Learn from my mistakes. Then, this section here, we're going to rotate it. And then, again, bring this tab down a little bit, I think, before we do it. Fold this section down. Fold this kind of around. Oh no, you need to bring this up and slide this back. There we go. Slide that section back. Come on, people. We can do this. This is where the rubber literally meets the road. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. And then I think everything is, it's just this tab here that's a little bit tight. Come on, you boy. Go on, you fighter. Yep. We're in. We're good. We're tabbed in. I think we have two legs that are now tabbed in. So just a little bit of manoeuvring that we need to do. Let's flip this bad boy up as well. Oh, we're almost there. So for future reference, I would maybe try actually transforming these legs before anything else, because this next bit is going to be a challenge with it like this. We need to rotate these legs sideways, so not just out to the side like this that they want to do, but we also need to rotate them up. So we need to kind of, without much clearance and trying not to stretch everything, we need to kind of, there we go, wiggle them up. So try and get your thumb right in there and just try and maneuver them up at the same time without trying to destroy everything else that you've already done the transformation on, and without the legs trying to slide up on you. So try and get your thumb right in there. This is a real. I've done one side. So after some manoeuvring that I had to do off camera, really apologise for that, but it had to be done. I didn't have to do many steps backwards, but I did have to just really kind of work it in there. It's not a good time to do it. I would definitely recommend trying to do this piece before the top piece. I can't say whether or not it works. I doubt I'll ever transform this bastard again. Then you've got some very large tabs here that are just going to click onto the side, and then you'll have your tab here, so you can see that's a mega tab that's just going to clip in there, and then again round the other side, just tab in. So then we've got everything kind of looking. I'm hoping all this is going to sort itself out during the transformation, because it's kind of all over the place at the moment. We're so close. We're so close to finishing this epic battle. And then, of course, X-Transbots just leave you to your own devices here now, really. They just say, yeah, bring that down like that, and then arrow, 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 arrow. Okay, so I tapped this piece in and this piece in. Don't do that. The first thing you're going to need to do now is untab this piece, because this needs to slide under here. They really do make you try and do things at the most awkwardest moments. There we go, like that. So that actually needs to sit in there like that before you can tab these two pieces into the side. So this section needs to sit under here, so you've got something that looks a little bit like this. Then we can work on tab, 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 tab. Is this not tab in anywhere properly? It's just kind of sits there. Oh, that's disappointing. So yeah, checking with the instructions. This one tabs here, this one tabs here, but this just kind of sits. It doesn't really tab per se to hold. There's no, it's almost the right shape, but it untabs fairly on the reg. It looks like it should really tap in a lot better. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. That's disappointing. That should tab in a bit better. Yeah. Will it stay? Not really. Not really. Those tabs are not great. You can see there's a lot of gap around that tab. It's not very sturdy. Maybe if we, no, I'm just thinking maybe if I put these to the side a little bit, I can make it more sturdy. But these tabs are okay, but it just makes the whole section here feel very loose. So finally we get it in its fully transformed mode, and yeah, it looks okay. If you want it to sit on your shelf, it can look okay. Things that I am happy with, the overall kind of look if you don't touch it. I don't actually like the green panels here. I thought I wouldn't. I don't. I like the way that it was before, with those kind of more bluer panels that we had before. The thing that I do really like though is that it did transform. That's always a bonus on a transformer, that it can transform. Other than that, yeah, it's not great still, if I'm honest. I can get it to, the wheels do roll, everything works fine there. This piece though, these tabs are still not big enough. I mean, I don't think I've mistransformed this in any way now. You know, everything is, you know, underneath here, everything is as it should be. We can see that we have these sections all the way up as they should be, but these tabs just, they don't tab in, and you can see why. I mean, look at the gap around that tab. That should be really tight. That actually should be going inside something. Yeah, so you know, there's a little gap here. Why did we not just make a tab here where this could tab in instead of sitting on the top. The fact that this hovers does hinder for me the way that this whole thing kind of holds together. And then also, this is just a mess. Like, I don't like the way that the head sits. And the head, actually, in all honesty, the head will just pop off fairly easily. Bink. And then, for me, that is my main problem solved, because that looks a lot better now. At the front, I'm just going to pop the head off. I don't care. You can transform it with the head, but to get the look that I actually want, and maybe I have mistransformed it a little bit, I'll just remove the head. What I don't like, again, these at the front just hanging there, I can then actually fold them all the way inside, and that gives me a much better look without a head. So I definitely, if you want the look that I have here, and that's definitely the look I want from this, you got to remove that head to kind of get this look, and then actually it rolls a lot better and just looks a lot better. These tabs are still not the most ideal of tabs. Overall, looks okay. The rubber tires are very nice. The paint is okay. The alt mode is still an issue for me. I do think that the bot mode is pretty cool, but this is an issue, but I think it will display quite nicely on my thing as long as I don't look at the back. Looking at the transformation of these, then it's not the best. Quite simple transformation. One thing I do think that people do pretty badly are these Target Masters. Pretty lazy. The same with this one. That just tabs in there. That tabs in there, and this tabs in at the front. I think, yep. And then this tabs in at the front, and there's your gun. Yep. So if you like the look of that, cool. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the way that looks. The other one, the other dude transforms and looks a little bit better. Similar transformation. So then for this dude, just bring his handle out, switch the legs around and undo the two guns at the top, bring them round, bring them down, and then you've got your little gun here. Tab that in the back, tab that in the back as well, and then you've got the other gun. Again, yeah, it's pretty crap. I don't like the Target Masters that come with this at all. They do sit in this dude in this mode. So it does also sit in on this mode. Now, actually, this dude has a bit of a function, because this dude has a tab here and a tab here, and what that does is tab into here and here. Now, with this tabbed in here, and with this piece tabbed in here, the whole dude actually feels a lot more stable. Now, this is the kind of tab that probably should have been underneath here to buckle everything together. With this dude like this, wow, the difference in the way that this feels now, because these two tabs are holding it together, it's night and day. Absolutely outstanding. That feels really, really solid now. So my final thoughts on this dude, and would I recommend him? I have to say that if you want the bot mode, I would highly recommend him. I think the bot mode is a huge improvement. He holds together very, very well. And I know a lot of collectors, they just don't transform it out of the bot mode. And a lot of people said that about the original Cup. Oh, he's alright, I just won't transform him. No, he was never good. He rattled. He was a rattler. He was awful. He is solid, and you can transform him. Is the transformation still an absolute nightmare? Yes. Yes, it's no more fun than it ever was. Are the destructions better than they were? Yeah. Are they still as clear as they should be? Hell no! no! And certainly at one case, it threw me off, as you saw in the video. Does the alt mode hold together well? In parts, yes. In parts, no. Have I mistransformed that head? I don't know. I don't see any way that I could have transformed it the way that it shows, but it does roll very nicely if you remove the heat, and you just get a better look once you take those sections out. There's no way that those bits are folding in there with that head in there. So for me, I've got to remove the head. Holds together well with this. Can I recommend it as a whole thing? No. Is it better than it was? Yeah, definitely. Has it restored my faith in X-Transbots? Partly. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. I know this has been a really long one. Thanks for everybody if you've managed to stick with it. Really just wanted to make sure that everyone could see the differences between the two, and also give an honest look at what the transformation is like if you want to use the destructions. Alright, see you in a bit, team. As a bit, cheers.